What is going on, YouTube people? New York Cards and Comics here for another edition of the weekly sports card market update. Some news, some charts and graphs, covering wide range of topics as always. Still recovering from a week off. I did the live stream yesterday, and I kind of mentioned, on vacation I took the week off from social as much as possible. I didn't completely ignore it. But when you take a week off like that, I still feel like I'm behind on stuff. I'm like, oh wait, that happened, or this thing happened, and not necessarily even collectible / card / comic related or anything like that. Just in general, I still feel like I'm kind of catching up a little bit from that week of vacation. But it was much needed. Feel refreshed, feel recharged, feeling pretty good, ready to dive in. We would be remiss. This week's video, as always, sponsored by our good friends over at ComC. I'll get ahead of this now. I have reached out to them about their new login verification thing. They are well aware of people's feedback. So, they did this once before and changed it shortly thereafter. We will see what they do this time around. The other thing that I wanted to note, and I'm looking for some feedback from you all, I saw ComC is doing the live auction thing now with eBay Live, and they ran one this weekend, and I popped my head in for a little bit on Friday night, and it looked like things were selling pretty good, pretty strong prices. I didn't sit there and comp everything out. I was doing some other stuff and was kind of glancing over just to see how things were going. Did anyone participate in that is my question. Whether you either sold cards or bought cards, and then just kind of curious on, if you sold cards, were you pleased with how they did? Because I am very interested. I'm waiting on, I have my PSA order, or a PSA order with them that I'm waiting to come back. It should be coming back any day. It's right at the 12-week mark. It was one of the first orders that had to go in. And I'm debating maybe sending those cards off to eBay Live when they come back to sell through that platform. I'm kind of interested to see how that does for them. So, but go check out ComC, channel partner. I've been moving a lot of low-end cards over there, as I talked about in that video a couple weeks ago, building up that bankroll to chase probably something big from Marvel Masterpieces, whether it's an achievement card or, maybe an auto or something like that. That's kind of my plan with the war chest that I am building up over there. The big two kind of newsy things this week to chat about. One is Shantell Show is this week. I did not attend. Still fresh off New York City. I have heard very mixed things. I had some people tell me it was pretty good. I had some people say it was great. I've had some people say that it sucked. So, if you were at Chantilly or set up or whatever the situation might be, feel free to fire off in the comments down below. The one thing that seems to be the major trend is that attendance seemed to be a little lower than normal. If anyone could back that up, I saw some pictures and some video, and it seemed like the aisles weren't quite as busy as I'm used to seeing at that show, but some people also said that it was a little bit bigger. So people were more spread out. I talked to a couple dealers. They said they did pretty well. They were pleased with the show. I also saw some chatter for some people that said that stuff was extremely overpriced. Now, we've talked about this forever. There's almost two versions of the show. There's the dealers that are operating in the real world, and there's the ones still priced like it's 2021. You're always going to have a bit of both. And the ones that are priced like 2021 make for a frustrating experience, and I think that's going to be coming more and more to a head as card prices continue to flatten / decline / go down, whatever you want to call it. But there was multiple people talking in Dakota's Discord about a card being priced at a table for, let's say, $150, and they're on eBay now, best offer for $90. And it's like, what are we doing here? It's sitting on eBay at $90 and you're asking $150 for it, and laugh. when I offer you 80 for it. And it's just like, I just don't know sometimes. I like, as a dealer, are you really expecting to sell that card for $60 more than what it's currently listed out on eBay? Like, I just don't know what the logic is there with that. And I think it really, really frustrates people. And as many good dealers as there are, and there are plenty of them out there, those ones that are priced like that or just not willing to work in today's prices, it really leaves a bad taste in people's mouth. And I'm curious to see how that kind of plays out in the long haul, especially for the, not like a national level, but these large regional shows like Chantilly, Philly, Dallas, etc., where there is a lot of people traveling for those shows. You know, does it become less and less worth it to travel if the cards are just cheaper on eBay? You know, you can get a lot of good deals on eBay auctions right now. Like, it's almost better off just to kind of wait those out. And I love attending shows. So curious for a vibe check on Chantilly if you were there. The other thing that kind of happened this week, Topps Chrome update went up for pre-order. I skipped this one. I had a chance. I clicked the link. I looked at it and I went, you know what? I'm good. I would, quite frankly, actually what it came down to was as simple as this. Marvel Anime Series 2, Volume 2, whatever you want to call it, came out this week. And I spent my money buying boxes of that to rip instead of Chrome Update to rip, because I thought that that would be a way more enjoyable experience. One, the update checklist does not seem great in regards to rookies in there that are getting their first card. The only real big chase is the pro debut patches. And, you know, your odds of hitting something like that are absolutely crazy. So I passed. You know, if I want to rip something, I still have a box of Topps Chrome Hobby. And quite frankly, my experience ripping Topps Chrome Hobby was mediocre at best. I'm gonna really, you know, I'm doing the Topps Chrome project, and you know, we'll transition to that here in a second. It's going to be really rough for me to break even on that, whatever it was, 8, 9, 11, I don't remember how many boxes of Topps Chrome that I opened. Even with, I think it's going to be close, even with, you know, getting $600 back in the national packs and, you know, the money that I made from content on it and all that stuff. I haven't sat down and crunched all the numbers yet, because a big reason for that was I'm waiting on a PSA order to come back, which we'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, did you pass on Topps Chrome Update? Did you buy some? Are you ripping it? Are you holding it? What's the plan there? These are all kind of interesting, the way that they worded these. I just noticed this now. Hobby boxes, and these are pre-orders. This doesn't come out for a month. Hobby boxes are sold out. Jumbos are sold out. Breaker's Delight just says out of stock. I don't know if that's just a quirk, or am I reading into that too much? I don't really know what the difference is between sold out and out of stock. Are they going to get more Breaker's Delight in? I don't really know. That's a weird little phrasing on those two different things. And I'm sure some people will have a hot takes about, you know, Breaker's Delight even existing, which is fair. Let's transition over. Oh, before we transition to charts and graphs, Topps Chrome project thing. My PSA order popped on Friday, finally. And the way I found out is I got an upcharge email. I got upcharged on 3 cards, 2 to the $75 level and 1 to the $40 level. That sub has not shipped yet. I'm guessing it should ship hopefully early next week. It's in like the finalized stage or whatever it is. I am very excited to get that submission back. Very, very, very good submission. Very pleased with the way that one turned out. Some really fun stuff in there that graded. Some stuff graded as I expected it to be. And then I mentioned this on the live yesterday. If you watch the channel and you pay attention to the content, there was a card that I got back in a recent PSA submission that I was like, on. I resubmitted that card in this most recent submission. And the results are going to be interesting. I will leave it at that. That one card will get its own standalone video, because that's gonna be a fun one. I cannot wait to get this. Cannot wait to get this PSA sub back for multiple different reasons. So it's 21 cards. Hopefully it'll be back. Hopefully it'll be back like the end of next week. That's probably wishful thinking, but we'll see. So, and that will close out the Topps Chrome project. Once I get those cards back and sell it, I have pretty much sold most of the stuff that I'm going to sell from that, other than like a couple $3 cards on ComC. But once I move those graded cards, I'll be able to wrap that up and see if I could actually pull off a profit or not on all that stuff. Let's go ahead and dive into the charts and graphs. Market movers, link in the description down below. If you want your own version of charts and graphs, you could check out that affiliate link down there in the description, along with any other affiliate links that I have. And you can manipulate these things and run whatever little charts that you want. You could get the first 14 days for free and then 20% off going forward from there. Still an absolutely outstanding deal. First up, baseball. That's right. The baseball playoffs are ongoing. I'm recording this early Saturday afternoon, right after the Ohio State victory over Penn State. Shots fired. Jose Altuve getting a lot of buzz in these MLB playoffs. He had the monster home run the other night. This is his 2011 Topps update, just the base. But when you go back to 2011, pop counts are a lot lower. Only 3,200 of these, which for a base PSA 10 is not a ton of them. But you could see getting a little bit of a rise up. Nothing crazy. 40% increase over the last 30 days from 81 to 114. Quite a few of these sold last night and into today. We'll see if it holds or not. I don't know. The Astros still have, a lot of people are still very anti-Astro pretty much no matter what happens. A lot of the fun players were eliminated. We'll kind of see how this goes as the playoffs roll on. If the Astros keep it up, I believe Jordan's having a really good MLB postseason as well. But Altuve is the one that is getting all the buzz, and his cards are going up in value based off of his playoff performance so far. One going down, and this, I'm using this as a general example. A lot of stuff is creeping down because they are out of the limelight. And I just kind of want to use this as a reminder that if you are one of the I like to buy baseball in the off season, your radar should be up. Like this is Julio Rodriguez, his first Bowman Chrome prospect, PSA 10. Most recent sale, $900. That's a 50% decrease over the last 60 days. The attention's on the playoff guys and on football and on basketball starting. J-Rod he started slow, but he ended up having a really good season. And once again, I'm using him. I'm using him as an example for a broader talk about baseball in general. If there's a guy that you like and he is not actively playing in the playoffs, you might want to ramp up your save searches for key cards of that player that you think could get some run up to start next season. Attention is a lot of other places. We've talked about this in the past, and I've done some deep diving on it. It generally appears that around Thanksgiving is the floor for a lot of baseball stuff. Now, the world is an ever-changing thing. The general world economy, the political state, the current events are all not great at the moment. It is not hunky-dory out there in the real world. And, that could change things. So generally speaking, around November is a good time to be trying to pick up baseball as things kind of slow down. You're not into the hot stove season yet, so that stuff hasn't started churning, and everyone's focus is on everything else. So just using this as a reminder, ramp up your eBay save searches for players and cards that you may like. Because, like I said, J-Rod, fantastic season. They obviously, didn't make a deep playoff run or anything crazy like that, but his card prices are trickling down as attention and eyeballs are other places. So make your list, check it twice. Another fun one, just to kind of revisit. I like to go back in time every once in a while. The Otani striking out Trout, WBC. Remember this one? Popular card, came out, sold well, did pretty well on it. And then the whole Instagram thing happened where Trout showed off his custom copy. I shouldn't say custom, his signed copies of this card that he had Otani and then dual signed that had PSA authenticate, because Trout is a big card collector. And that sent this card to the moon. You could see it here. This was like a $50, $60 card. Perfectly fine. It's a cool little card if you like to collect Otani or Trout. The running joke was, and this was, I forget who made this comment. A while back, I had asked for Trout's most memorable moment in baseball, and a couple people were like, this is his most memorable moment, getting struck out by Otani. If that's your most memorable moment, that's a little bit of an ouch. Regardless, it made its rounds around social media. This card spiked to the moon. This was going for $200, $175, $160 for a while. I held a couple copies back because I just wanted to keep it because I kind of liked the card. When they spiked, I sold it immediately. I think I put it up for like $190. I got an offer for $175 and accepted it right away. Guess what? That card's back down to $75 again, and probably going to continue to trend down slightly. It has fully reset. This is a 90-day view. It started 90 days ago. It was $72. Today, it's $75. In between, it was $200. This is just a nice little reminder of a saying that we created around here many, many years ago. They let you buy them back. Don't forget that. When things like this happen, unless the card is extremely rare, and even in those cases, it's at least worth considering. If the card is remotely not rare, just sell it. There are 2,400 of these on the population report, and there could probably be a lot more because Topps now grade really easy. Don't get cute. If you really like the card, wait 60 days. You could buy it back again for what it was selling for prior, and you made yourself a nice little $100 profit in the middle. So, just a little reminder of that. Let's move over and talk football briefly. Weird NFL season, to be quite honest with you. I saw a lot of chatter this week around the social sphere on podcasts and whatnot. Scoring is way down. Quarterback play generally sucks. Fantasy points are way down. It's just a weird season so far. I went back to, we haven't looked at these in quite a while. These are the Market Pulse indexes, the rookie quarterback indexes for 17, 18, 20, and 2021. Not doing great. 60 days back takes us to right before the season started, right at the end of the preseason. None of these indexes are up. 2021 is down 35%. I'm going to guess a lot of that is Justin Fields related. 2020 is down 12%. I'm guessing a lot of that is Joe Burrow's slow start and Herbert just being kind of meh. Then we have 2018 down 13% and 2017 down 1%. 2017 is Watson and Mahomes, basically. We can look at a couple individual cards here. This is we'll start with 2021. Trevor Lawrence, silver field level, down 50%. Justin Fields, down 25%. Mac Jones, down 70%. Rough times in the streets. Trey Lance is mixed in there. You can see not a ton of red in that 2021 class. On the 2020 class, we have Burrow down 20%. Herbert down 15%. Jalen Hurts, who's playing perfectly fine. They're what? They're not undefeated. They're like what? 6-1, 5-1, down 24%. Tua is the only one that is performing well at up 60%. Even we're not looking at him here today. Even Brock Purdy, his stuff took a pretty decent hit from losing to the Browns this past week. 2018, Josh Allen Optic Hollow down 27%. Lamar Jackson down 13%, 20% on his field level silver. So, Baker Mayfield is actually from the 2018 class. Here we sit today, folks. God damn. From the 2018 rookie class over the last 60 days, the player that is up 2018 Optic Hollow PSA 10 Baker Mayfield, up $86, 162% increase. A 5 times better investment than Kyler Murray. One Baker Mayfield. That's right, folks. I always knew. I always believed. And then 2017, just check in real quick. Mahomes basically flat. Watson down decently on the field level. Silver, Opticalo, not as much. And then Mitch Trubisky gets thrown in there. He's going for a whopping $15. So the NFL market, kind of a mess, if we're just being honest. Still, really, Tua is the only real winner, along with Purdy, and even Purdy is now starting to correct. We'll see what happens this week with their game. Let's transition over to NBA. It is that time. The NBA season is days away. Starts Tuesday night. I'll probably do some sort of NBA video on Monday or Tuesday, just kind of doing a little bit of a deeper discussion. But I wanted to look at prices really quickly here to see what's been moving and shaking. On the Silver Prism front, over the last 30 days, the number one gainer is one Franz Wagner. Talked about him on the live stream yesterday for a little bit. Very talented player. Magic are getting a lot of off-season buzz on like the over-unders and stuff like that. I am interested to see how they play. They are a good young team. We'll see if they blossom a little bit. Luka up slightly. Not much. Jalen Green up 44%. That's a $95 increase. Marshawn Beauchamp up there. Chet Holmgren getting a lot of buzz for Rookie of the Year potentially since he missed last season. Jason Tatum up ever so slightly. That's just within the margins of error. Cade getting a little bit of buzz. But the big note here is once again, in the going up category over the last 30 days, the number one card is $179. It's 120 some percent. And then you scroll down and, we are a whopping 10 cards down and it is up $13. Not great. Not great. Let's look at some stuff going down because I actually thought these were kind of interesting. I broke these out onto their own chart. Over the last 30 days, once again, Damian Lillard's Silver Prism down 15%. So this is pre and post trade. His card is actually down. Devin Booker Silver Prism down 20%. Suns are on paper going to be good, and his stuff is trending down. And then the one that surprised me the most, Joker. It is his base Prism, but the pop on this is only 1,000. There's not a ton of these. Base Prism's down to $500. That's a 23% decrease over the last 30 days. I found that interesting as well. Just seems surprising. They are my favorite to win the West again, and they're going to be really good. We'll see what happens. Can he win another MVP? Probably not, just because the voters will get fatigue on that. But Joker, really good at basketball. And then we'll deep dive this a little bit more Monday or Tuesday. But Victor Wembanyama, Wemby. It's preseason. I know it's preseason. He's having a hell of a preseason. He is really lighting up the social sphere. And I will just kind of be curious to see if he can, can he keep that going in season? And what would that do to basketball cards in general? Can he save us? Can Victor save the NBA market? I doubt it, but we'll see. I asked this on Twitter /X. Feel free to drop in the comments below your hottest NBA take for this upcoming season. Curious to kind of peruse those a little bit. We will wrap it up there. We'll give a quick little update on the Content Creator Fantasy Football League. So if you don't care about that piece, been fun. If you do, let's go over and just pop onto that. This will be a quick one real fast here. Where the league currently sits, I am 3-3. I cannot catch a break in this league. I'm the third highest scoring team in the league, but keep running into craziness every single week. I am in a tight matchup this week against Team Matrix. We'll see what happens there. It's projected like 53-47 me. But that is where we are currently at. I believe Flipping Steve, as crazy as this sound, I believe Steve lost to Dustin last week. Dustin has beat both me and Flipping Steve. I think those are his only two victories on the year because his team sucks. It's just all a bunch of Saints players. So that's your quick little update for the Content Creator League. Like I said, just be fast. Give you guys a little sneak peek on what's going on behind the scenes there. that is all I have for you boys and girls. Everyone have a wonderful week of the NFL, and the NBA is back, baby. Peace.